In the heart of an ancient republic, a new era was about to be forged, not by the will of the Senate, but by the ambition of one young man. This is the story of how a boy named Gaius Octavius, known to history as Augustus, navigated the treacherous currents of Roman politics to become the first and perhaps greatest Roman emperor. His journey from a humble background to the pinnacle of power is a masterclass in strategy, ambition, and the art of transformation, forever changing the course of Western civilization. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen. The boy Octavius. Born in 63 BC, Gaius Octavius entered a world dominated by powerful men. His family, though wealthy, was not part of the traditional Roman aristocracy. His father was a new man in the Senate, but it was his mother, Adia, who held the key to his future. She was the niece of the most powerful man in Rome, Gaius Julius Caesar. This familial tie, though distant, placed the young Octavius on the periphery of power. Frail and often sickly in his youth, he showed little of the military prowess celebrated in Roman culture, but he possessed a sharp intellect and a keen understanding of people, qualities that would prove far more valuable in the turbulent years to come. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen, the heir of Caesar. Everything changed on the Ides of March, 44 BC. When Julius Caesar was brutally assassinated in the Senate, a catastrophic power vacuum ripped through the Republic. While seasoned politicians and powerful generals scrambled for control, a shocking revelation emerged from Caesar's will. He had posthumously adopted his teenage grandnephew, Octavius, and named him his primary heir. At just 18 years old, Octavius inherited not only Caesar's immense fortune, but also his powerful name and the loyalty of his legions. Despite the advice of his family to lay low, the young man boldly traveled to Rome, embraced his new name, Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus, and masterfully began to rally support, positioning himself as the rightful avenger of his deified father. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen. The Civil Wars. The path to power was paved with blood. To consolidate his position, Octavian formed a tense alliance with two of Caesar's former allies, Mark Antony and Marcus Lepidus, creating the Second Triumvirate. And their first act was to hunt down and eliminate Caesar's assassins, Brutus and Cassius, a task they accomplished at the Battle of Philippi. But this alliance of convenience was destined to crumble. Lepidus was soon sidelined, leaving Octavian and Antony as the two most powerful men in the Roman world. Their rivalry intensified, culminating in a spectacular clash of civilizations. Octavian, based in Rome, waged a brilliant propaganda war against Antony, who had allied himself with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. The final confrontation came in 31 BC at the naval battle of Actium, where Octavian's forces, under the command of his brilliant general Agrippa, decisively crushed the combined fleet of Antony and Cleopatra, leaving him the undisputed master of the Roman world. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen, founding the empire. Having won the war, Octavian faced an even greater challenge, winning the peace. The Roman Republic had been shattered by a century of civil war, and its people yearned for stability. Returning to Rome as a hero, he knew that declaring himself a king or dictator would be a fatal mistake, inviting the same fate as Caesar. Instead, he engineered a political masterpiece known as the First Settlement. In 27 BC, he made a show of restoring power to the Senate and the Roman people, publicly renouncing his emergency powers. In a carefully staged display of gratitude, the Senate persuaded him to retain command of the provinces and granted him the new, reverent title of Augustus, meaning the illustrious or revered one. He also took the title Princeps, or First Citizen. He was not a king. He was merely the first among equals, a facade that allowed him to rule with absolute authority while preserving the cherished institutions of the Republic. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen, the Pax Romana. With his power secured, Augustus ushered in an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, known as the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. After decades of internal conflict, his reign brought stability to an empire that stretched from Spain to Syria. He professionalized the army, securing the empire's vast frontiers and preventing the kind of civil wars that had plagued the late Republic. He implemented sweeping reforms, creating a more efficient civil service to govern the provinces, overhauling the tax system to make it more equitable, and establishing a fire brigade and police force for the city of Rome. His reign was not just about peace through military might. It was about building a functional, stable state that served its people, laying the groundwork for 2 centuries of relative tranquility and growth. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen, enduring achievements. The impact of Augustus's 4-decade rule was monumental. He famously claimed he found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble, initiating a massive public building program that included temples, theaters, and aqueducts. He established the Praetorian Guard as the emperor's personal bodyguard and reformed the military into a standing professional army loyal to the emperor, not to individual generals. His administrative reforms created a bureaucracy that would run the empire for centuries. Beyond governance, he sponsored a cultural golden age, becoming a patron to poets like Virgil, whose Aeneid crafted a mythical foundation for Rome, and Horace, whose odes celebrated the new era of peace and traditional Roman values. A parchment scroll banner animates on screen. Legacy. Augustus ruled until his death in 14 AD at the age of 75, a remarkably long life for the era. His final words to his friends were reportedly, "Have I played the part well? Then applaud as I exit." He had not only played his part well, he had rewritten the entire play. The system of government he created, the Principate, would endure for over 200 years, providing the framework for the Roman Empire at its height. He had transformed a chaotic and dying republic into a stable and enduring empire, setting the stage for centuries of Roman dominance. His legacy is etched into the very fabric of Western history, a testament to how one man's political genius redefined an empire and shaped the world for millennia to come.